Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for the week beginning Monday, February 29th and ending Friday, the 4th of March, 2016. Welcome to it. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal 12. This is the last day. Monday will be the last day of the month of February because it is a leap year this year, unfortunately, so we didn't end the week on this Friday. Last 2 days have been a little slow because we're probably near end of month, perhaps. I hope that's the reason, which means Monday could still be a little slow. They've got everything pegged for what we call window dressing, and so we'll see what happens. Here's the ES with futures contract daily chart, so we can see the true form of the market in the proper technical view. And you can see that we did go higher. We were actually gapped up. You'll see it on the intraday chart when I get there. We did go a little higher finally on Friday, but ended up closing slightly negative after all that. Didn't really go far. We didn't really expect to. Here's a look at crude oil. Lost 30 cents to 32.7750 again after trying to break or come near the high of the last month. Here's a look at gold, working on a potential, if it makes a new high here, Secret 13 sell signal on the daily. That would be massive if that happens. But down 12 for the session. S&P cash index lost $3.65. As I said, pretty much flat. NDX also pretty flat, down 5 points. 5.5 points, not a big deal. SOX is up 3. That doesn't add up to much. Biotechs are up 21. That also doesn't look like a blip. The VIX was actually up 70 cents to 1981. The trend down closed at 97 cents. And the moving average, the 10-day moving average that matters on the trend so much, at 1.09 at the moment. Only 1.6 billion shares on the NASDAQ on Friday. Better than Thursday's horrible 1.5 billion. But certainly it feels like volume dropping off a bit after being so strong for the first 6 weeks of the year, much better than anything we saw last year. Advanced decline ratio, despite the fact that the market was flat, was pretty positive. NASDAQ plus 859, that means 859 more stocks up than down. 734 positive on the S&P. Google lost $4.28, kind of been stuck here for a while now. Apple up 15 cents, also stuck since the beginning of the year. Amazon gained, this is always funny, Amazon gained 8 cents. So you got a $500 stock that moves like crazy. Up 8 cents for the session. Netflix up 26 cents for the session. All right, let's take a look at the futures. This is 10-minute candles, so you can see the whole week. So you can see last Friday's last few ticks in the close. Monday we gapped up, and then just as dead flat as could possibly be. Tuesday we gapped down a little and kept going. The ES had not filled quite yet that gap from Monday at that point, but then Wednesday we gapped down, so that fills the gap from Monday. Headed back up, filled the gap Wednesday, and then closed pretty flat. Thursday, very small gap up that filled quickly. We did really well on that move, and then headed up. It filled. Look at the close on Thursday is basically filling the gap from Monday's close to Tuesday. So all the gaps are filled at that point, and then Friday a very small gap up. By the way, Thursday was the lightest volume day of the year, right? So really boring. And then Friday a very small gap up that filled and basically closed about flat. So all the technical stuff that you would expect worked. All the gaps filled. Here's the NASDAQ side, pretty much the same. The only difference is that Tuesday the Monday gap actually filled, instead of having to wait till Wednesday. Other than that, pretty identical. Compared to where we, if you look at the ES again, compared to where we opened the week, literally up about 10 points, 11 points, compared to where we closed out last week, an extra 25 points because of the gap up on Monday. All right, let's take a look at what's coming out this week here in the U.S. I apologize for that. Here we go. On Monday, Chicago PMI at 9:45 a.m. That's 15 minutes into the market. That can move the market. It's a decent-sized indicator. Pending home sales 15 minutes after that. On Tuesday, 30 minutes into the market, construction spending and ISM index, auto and truck sales at 2 p.m. On Wednesday, the MBA mortgage index, the ADP employment change, crude oil inventories, and the Fed beige book. On Thursday, challenger job cuts, initial and continuing jobless claims, revised productivity, unit labor costs, factory orders 30 minutes in, ISM service 30 minutes in. So that is the type of stuff. It can move the market a little bit, I suppose, but I wouldn't expect much out of any of that at all. And then the last thing on Thursday is going to be the natural gas inventories, or natty gas, as we like to call it. And then we'll take a look now at Friday, where we have non-farm payrolls and the unemployment rate. They come together, and trade balance. So a lot of data Friday morning. So how do we look at the whole week here? There's a decent amount of economic data. Obviously there's some stuff going on in the world politically. I think this is the week for Super Tuesday. A lot of primaries voting on Tuesday here in the U.S. That can slow things down. So Monday, last day of the month, probably a little slow, as Mondays often are, and even worse when it's the last day of the month. Tuesday, first day of the new month, could shake free. Wednesday, there's some data. Hopefully Wednesday and Thursday, the better trading days of the week. Thursday's got a lot of data. Friday, because of the trade balance and the non-farm payroll number both being there, certainly you'd expect some excitement, at least early. And then, of course, it's a weekend and everybody heads out. Start to head into people's various spring breaks come the middle of March. So in a couple of weeks, you might see volume dry up a bit. I know I'll be taking a couple days off myself for that one. If you have not taken a trial of our services, highly recommend that you do so. You get 2 weeks of everything that comes with the stocks, futures, and/or forex package. So we can help you learn how to trade those markets for a couple of weeks. It's very simple and it's free. We'll be in the lab. Have a great week.